What if I told you that the Cleveland Browns are quietly heading into one of the most intriguing quarterback battles the franchise has seen in years? And at the heart of it all, a respected veteran just dropped a subtle hint that could shift the entire conversation. Stay locked in, because this story is heating up fast and you don't want to miss how it could completely reshape the Browns' future this season. As the Cleveland Browns prepare for one of their most unpredictable and exciting training camps in recent memory, a clear quarterback controversy is brewing in the locker room. It's like a high-stakes poker game, with head coach Kevin Stefanski carefully keeping his cards close to his chest. Inside the quarterback room, there's a fascinating mix of experience, raw talent, and untapped potential, and the stakes have never been higher. You've got Joe Flacco, the grizzled veteran and former Super Bowl MVP, leading the way with his steady hand and decades of experience. Then there's Kenny Pickett, a former Steeler trying to reboot his career and prove he still belongs under center. And to stir the pot even further, two rookie quarterbacks with completely different skill sets and fan expectations, Shedeur Sanders, the electrifying and media-savvy son of Coach Prime, and Dillon Gabriel, a talented gunslinger looking to carve out his own path. Each one of these four quarterbacks brings something unique to the table. The big decision for Stefanski is whether to lean into veteran stability with someone like Flacco or take a risk on the future of the franchise by handing the keys to one of the young guns. And while fans and analysts continue to debate and speculate over who should be the Week 1 starter, we just got a revealing moment that might hint at where the locker room's loyalty is starting to lean. During an appearance on the popular Up and Adams show, offensive tackle Cornelius Lucas was asked by Kay Adams about a recent report claiming that Browns veterans were in favor of Joe Flacco getting the starting nod. Now, Lucas didn't directly confirm or deny that report, but what he did say spoke volumes. Lucas started off by claiming he hadn't seen the report, then added, "I feel like, as a vet, I want whoever's best. That could be Flacco, could be the other two rookies, that could be Deshaun Watson." But here's where it gets interesting. The casual way he dropped Flacco's name first, followed by a noticeable pause before mentioning Watson, subtly hinted at a growing sense of respect within the locker room for Flacco's steady, no-nonsense presence. Lucas also reminded everyone just how early it is in the process. He said, "We're so early within the year. OTAs were just a good starting point to get to know all four of them. We haven't taken any really meaningful snaps yet." And he's not wrong. These early offseason practices only offer a glimpse of what's to come. But it's moments like this, with a veteran subtly showing his hand, that tell you how the undercurrents in a locker room really work. Meanwhile, outside the walls of the Browns facility, the drumbeat for a rookie takeover is getting louder with each passing week. On the Ultimate 216 show, former NFL wide receiver Cecil Shorts went all in, issuing a bold challenge to Stefanski. He called him out, saying, "Stefanski, you're supposed to be the guru. Prove it. Pick one and develop him throughout the year." And while Shorts didn't name his preferred choice directly, it's obvious to many fans and insiders that the one he's referring to is none other than Shedeur Sanders. The ultra-talented and charismatic quarterback has quickly built a loyal following, and his potential ceiling might be the highest of the bunch. Whether the Browns stay safe with Flacco, take a gamble on Pickett, or start a new era with Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, this quarterback battle is far from over, and these subtle hints from veterans like Cornelius Lucas could end up playing a bigger role in shaping the final decision than anyone realizes. So, Browns fans, who do you think should be the starter? Is it time for the Shedeur Sanders era to begin, or should Stefanski trust the steady hand of a seasoned veteran like Joe Flacco? Drop your take in the comments. A simple casual video posted from a family ranch has sent shockwaves across social media and accidentally revealed something Deion Coach Prime Sanders has been hiding for years. Yep, you heard that right. One brief second of footage has cracked open a private chapter of one of football's most legendary families. Stay tuned, because this story has layers you do not want to miss. In a world where every moment is captured, shared, and dissected online, even the smallest slip can go viral. That's exactly what happened when Shedeur Sanders, the rising football star and son of Deion Sanders, shared what appeared to be an innocent video from the Sanders family ranch. It was meant to be a laid-back, casual clip of Sheduer enjoying a peaceful afternoon outdoors. But keen-eyed fans weren't just watching Sheduer, they were scanning the background. And what they spotted changed everything. Just for a fleeting second, the camera panned across an archway behind Sheduer. At first glance, it seemed ordinary, but longtime fans of Coach Prime instantly recognized it. Though the name inscribed on the arch wasn't fully visible, it didn't take long for internet detectives to connect the dots. They identified it as a deeply personal marker tied directly to the Sanders family legacy, something Deion had worked tirelessly to keep out of public view. This detail might seem small, but for those who followed the Sanders family through their public ventures, reality shows, and sports documentaries, it was a bombshell. That arch had never, not once, been shown in any of Deion's media appearances or public content. It was a carefully guarded piece of his personal world. And now, thanks to an innocent social media post by his son, it was out there for the world to see. And here's where it gets even more interesting. This reveal happened during a time when the Sanders brand is bigger and bolder than ever before. Coach Prime, known for his flashy suits, unforgettable press conferences, and charismatic leadership, has always balanced his larger-than-life public persona with a fierce commitment to protecting his family's privacy. That single second on camera, however, cracked open a rare and unfiltered window into a private space he had intentionally kept hidden. Now let's talk about Shedeur Sanders himself, a young man who's quickly become one of the most talked-about figures in college football. Whether it's his on-field performances or off-field controversies, Sheduer stays in the spotlight. Last season alone, he made headlines for social media feuds, intense rivalries, and heated confrontations with other players, including Dylan Johnson and DJ Uiagalelei. Even veteran NFL quarterback Joe Flacco weighed in, openly questioning Shedeur's leadership abilities amid whispers that the Cleveland Browns were keeping an eye on him. But despite the criticism, Shedeur's stock is only rising. With NIL earnings estimated at over $4 million, he now sits among the top-paid athletes in college sports. From luxury Rolex watches to private flights and high-end vacations, Sheduer is living a lifestyle once unimaginable for a college athlete. And while this has drawn admiration from some and backlash from others, it reflects a new era in college athletics. Young stars today are no longer just players. They're full-blown celebrities, monetizing every move, every post, every glance. What makes this story even more fascinating is the generational clash it highlights. Deion Sanders, the original superstar, has admitted he's uneasy about how quickly college athletes are becoming celebrities, once saying, "This doesn't make sense to me, but I have to stay quiet." Meanwhile, his son seems to embrace that fame with open arms, navigating the spotlight on his own terms. That innocent moment with the archway didn't just reveal a piece of family history. It symbolized the gap between a father who built a legendary legacy and a son who's boldly living it out loud, in real time, for millions to witness. One of the biggest quarterback debates in the NFL right now isn't about veterans like Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett, but about two rookies you might not have seen coming? Yes, folks, the Cleveland Browns' Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel are locked in a battle that's catching serious attention. And a former NFL receiver just dropped a bold statement that's shaking up this entire conversation. Is Shedeur Sanders really more talented than Dillon Gabriel? Stick around because this story is bigger than just a training camp competition. It's about legacy, underdogs, and proving the doubters wrong. As the Cleveland Browns quarterback room heats up, the most intriguing storyline is unfolding around two fresh faces, Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. Both young quarterbacks are fighting for a shot at becoming the future of this franchise. Alongside seasoned names like Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco, the spotlight surprisingly isn't on the veterans anymore. It's these two rookies making waves. And now a respected former NFL wide receiver has weighed in on who he thinks has the edge. Despite Dillon Gabriel being drafted 2 rounds ahead of Sanders in the 2025 NFL Draft, former NFL wide receiver Cecil Shorts did not hold back his opinion. On the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, Shorts confidently declared that Shedeur Sanders is way better than Gabriel when it comes to talent. He argued that the Browns' focus should be on developing one of these rookies for the long haul rather than relying on veterans who are clearly in the twilight of their careers. Shorts passionately stated, "Let them battle it out, choose one and ride with them, and see what they can do. I'm not big on switching quarterbacks. I hate that. Let the rookie battle all 17 games if he's healthy. Let him develop, let him get better." And his words struck a chord with Browns fans already eager to see Sanders take the field. To hammer his point home, Shorts reminded everyone of how overlooked Dillon Gabriel was coming into the draft. He said bluntly, "Dillon wasn't on anybody's list. Let's call a spade a spade." Nobody was thinking about Dillon Gabriel being drafted in the first 3 rounds. Nobody. Wasn't on anybody's list. Nobody was talking about him on TV at all. Come on, let's be real here. That's a bold take coming from a Cleveland native and 6-year NFL veteran. Cecil Shorts has never shied away from being outspoken about the Browns and general manager Andrew Berry. He even questioned why Cleveland drafted Gabriel as early as the third round when Shedeur Sanders, once projected as a first-rounder, slipped all the way to the fifth. Since his arrival in Cleveland, Sanders has already impressed coaches and fans alike with his unselfish, team-first attitude and relentless work ethic. Now with NFL training camp just days away, Sanders is eyeing a golden opportunity to climb up the depth chart and make his mark. The rookies are set to report to Browns training camp on July 18th, followed by the veterans on July 22nd. And the excitement is building as the first practice open to fans kicks off on July 25th. And get this, Sanders put up some eye-popping stats during 5 open practices this offseason. He completed 41 of 53 passes, good for a 77.4% completion rate, with 9 touchdowns and only 1 interception, according to ESPN Cleveland. Despite those numbers, Sanders has yet to receive any first-team reps during offseason workouts. That's what makes this battle even more fascinating. The Browns' first preseason game is scheduled for August 8th against the Carolina Panthers, and that will be the very first chance for fans to watch both Sanders and Gabriel in live NFL action. Now, for those who followed Shedeur's college career at Colorado, this moment feels inevitable. The man played 50 games across 4 seasons, completing 1,267 passes out of 1,808 attempts, a solid 70.1% rate. He threw for 14,353 yards and an incredible 134 touchdowns against just 27 interceptions. Buffalo's fans have been buzzing to see if Sanders can carry that success into the NFL and secure the starting quarterback role as a rookie. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel isn't backing down either. Despite being doubted throughout his career due to his 5'11" frame, Gabriel has consistently defied expectations. He made NCAA history as the all-time FBS leader in career touchdowns with 189 and career starts with 63. In his lone season at Oregon, Gabriel finished as a Heisman Trophy finalist, completing 326 of 447 passes for 3,857 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions, adding 7 rushing scores. He led the Ducks to an undefeated 12-0 regular season and a Big Ten championship win. It's clear both quarterbacks have serious talent and impressive resumes. But according to Cecil Shorts, it's Sanders who has the star power, pedigree, and playmaking ability to be Cleveland's future. Whether the Browns agree remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure, this quarterback competition is going to be one of the most closely followed stories of the NFL preseason. The Cleveland Browns quarterback battle is one of the most unpredictable and talked about storylines heading into the 2025 NFL season. And what if I told you that a former NFL quarterback, now a primetime football analyst, just made his pick for who should take the first snap under center? Buckle up, because this one's about to get interesting. The Cleveland Browns are facing one of their biggest decisions yet, and no, it's not about their brand new stadium. The team is currently 5 quarterbacks deep heading into training camp, and the debate over who should be the starting quarterback is heating up like never before. In the mix, we have the experienced veteran Joe Flacco, AFC North regular Kenny Pickett, the controversial yet undeniably talented Deshaun Watson, and 2 fresh faces from the 2025 draft class, Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. Yet, despite the depth of talent, there's no clear consensus among fans, insiders, or the media on who should be the Browns' starting quarterback when the season kicks off. Over the past few weeks, Joe Flacco has quietly emerged as the frontrunner for the position. His experience in the league, combined with the Browns' current needs, makes him an appealing option to lead the team, at least in the early stages of the season. Well-known Browns insider Mary Kay Cabot even reported this development back in late June, hinting that the veteran might just have the upper hand. And now, adding more weight to that idea, former NFL quarterback and current Thursday Night Football analyst Ryan Fitzpatrick has stepped in with his own opinion on the matter. Appearing on Good Morning Football this past Thursday, Fitzpatrick didn't hold back. He said, "If I was a betting man, Joe Flacco's going to go into the year as the starter. He has history there, he's had a lot of success there, and I think it's a great story. He's a guy that will bring calm. He's a guy that's going to be able to get them off on the right foot." Fitzpatrick's perspective is valuable, considering his own experience as a bridge quarterback throughout his career. He knows what it's like to step in, steady a team, and then eventually pass the torch to a younger, up-and-coming talent. Fitzpatrick even hinted at how things might play out for the Browns this season. According to him, as the year progresses, around Week 7, Week 8, or Week 9, if the Browns have dropped a few games and need a spark, one of those young and exciting draft picks could get the nod. He specifically mentioned that the team seems enthusiastic about Dillon Gabriel, but we all know Shedeur Sanders is another name fans are eager to see get his shot. So in simple terms, Fitzpatrick believes that while Joe Flacco is likely to start the season, he may not hold on to the job for the entire year. If the team stumbles early, or if one of those rookies impresses in practice and preseason, we could see a change at quarterback before the season's halfway point. Honestly, starting with Joe Flacco makes a lot of sense. He brings experience, familiarity with the franchise, and the ability to stabilize an offense from day one. He's proven he can handle the pressure of big games and tough situations, which is exactly what the Browns need, while breaking in a new stadium and managing a packed roster filled with young talent. With only a few more weeks to go before the decision is made official, Browns fans are on the edge of their seats, waiting to see how this quarterback sweepstakes will unfold. Will the veteran Flacco lead the charge? Or will a young gun like Sanders or Gabriel rise to claim the throne sooner than expected? One thing's for sure, the 2025 season is shaping up to be one for the history books in Cleveland. If you enjoyed this breakdown and you're excited to see how this quarterback battle turns out, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single update from Browns camp. Drop your prediction in the comments. Who do you think should be QB1 for the Cleveland Browns this year? I'll catch you in the next video.